Hey everyone, when I was growing up, comic books were life. I would spend hours at the comic book store flipping through comics, reading them, catching up on the stories. I wouldn't always buy them, but I would always be at the comic book store reading up and keeping up to date. And this was like in the early, mid-90s where I was just engulfed in the comic book world. And I was recently going through my storage and I came across this box. Now I've got a few boxes of comic books stored away that I know about, but this is one that I didn't know. Well, I thought I had lost it. I thought this box was gone. It had a lot of cool stuff in it that I loved reading, and I found it. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna show off some comic books that I got here. But I mean, huge fan of Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man. I loved his stuff. Just always impressed the hell out of me. His art. When I wanted to be an artist, I would always like draw, and I'd use, you know, a lot of the times I'd use his style just to kind of like practice and stuff like that. I was just such a big fan of Spider-Man. I got a bunch of Spawn comics in here somewhere, but I wanted to kind of just show off, you know, some of the comic books I had. I was a huge Batman fan, Youngblood. I remember when Image Comics first started, and you know, they were pumping out all these crazy, awesome comic books that I just loved. Like, what do we got here? Man, yeah, trying to find some of this stuff. But I'm gonna show some of these. I mean, whatever, just some cool stuff that I enjoyed reading when I was growing up. I don't know, I got a ton of these things, and I don't know how to show you all of them. I want to show all of them to you. So many good comics. Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, man. Huge Spider-Man fan. I got a ton of Spider-Man comics here. Then of course X-Force. X-Force #1. Right on. Very cool. Trying to figure, you know, I was looking through these, and I know the first comic book that I ever bought is in here somewhere. Star Wars Droids. I love this series. It was just a fun one that I collected. Fun little limited series they did. Dark Phoenix. Of course, we got Spawn. And when I'm thinking about, Batman was the first comic I ever bought. There was a Batman comic in here that I bought, and I think it was, this is The Many Deaths of Batman, part 3 of 3. And I think my comic book collection started with 1 of 3, and I don't know where that's at. Youngblood, I was a big fan of that one. I got 2 of, you know, The Many Deaths of Batman, 2 of 3. But 1 of 3, I can't find it. It's driving me nuts. I thought it was in this box. Of course, Danger Girl. Any teenage boy loved the Danger Girl comics. Had to get the Indiana Jones comic series, because what collection would be great without Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom in their collection. Detective Comics, The Shadow, had some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles stuff, X-Men, Conan the Barbarian, and then, I don't know if you remember, but in the 90s, there's DC Comics did this whole thing, The Beginning of Tomorrow, and they had a bunch of Zero issues. I went out and bought all of these Zero issues. Back then, that was, and then I mostly followed it by going to the comic shop and reading them. But I still have a few of them. And then I have these Marvel What Ifs, all new and different X-Men. What if X-Men had never existed? Stuff like that. Avengers West Coast, Iron Man, the Incredible Hulk, Catwoman, Justice League, Wonder Woman. And the list goes on and on. Steel, Spawn, more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because why not? Gen 13. I spent way too much time on comic books. I have this whole collection, Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, the comic version of Batman the Animated Series, Captain America, Daredevil, Spider-Man. This is crazy, guys. This box is like, check this out. Oh, more comics. And it's fun, like, finding this stuff, like, stuff that I thought I lost, you know, that I never thought I'd see again. And here it is, all these comic books just waiting for me to be rediscovered again. And I'm like, I like want to go through all of these and just be like, okay, I need to reread a lot of these. I remember finding this in like an old store, the Fat Ninja. Thought that was, I don't know why, it just was a funny concept that I thought I'd enjoy. More Batman, Spawn and Wildcats, Predator, Robin. Should I keep going? Fantastic Four, The Incredible Hulk, Aquaman, another one of those the Beginning of Tomorrow series of comics from DC. Spawn, Silver Surfer, X Factor. Another Marvel What If the Fantastic Four had lost the trial of Galactus. What if the Fantastic Four had lost the trial of Galactus? Superman, more Superman, Green Lantern, The Uncanny X-Men, Classic X-Men, The Tick. I love The Tick. So many. I got a bunch of comics in here somewhere of The Tick. I used to read these comics all the time. The Tick always made me laugh. Superman in Action Comics, more X-Force, The Flash, Wildcats. Yeah. As you can see, the comic books are building up around me. Let's see, more Danger Girl, Spawn. I'm going for it. I'm just going for it. I'm showing you everything I got right now. Spawn, Superman. Legends of the Dark Knight. I'm sorry I'm not holding these up for you long enough, but just trying to get through the video and just show as many of these as I can. Web of Spider-Man, Shadow of the Bat, Spawn and Wildcat, Silver Surfer, Daredevil, Thor. Oh man, Thor is my jam. I love Thor. More Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Thing, Green Lantern. It's the Spectacular Spider-Man. I have the comic book version of Tim Burton's Batman, because why not? More Ninja Turtles. I even got a Transformers comic in there. I wasn't a big fan of the Transformers comics as I was the animated series, but whatever, we do what we can. New Mutants. New Warriors. Alf. More Spawn, the Wolverine Saga. The new Spider-Man 2099, Quasar. I'm being buried in the comics here. X Factor, more Green Lantern, Avengers, Fantastic Four, Justice League Task Force, and another Tick. Avengers, West Coast, and Iron Man. See, I was a fan of both Marvel and DC when I was growing up. I read as much as I possibly could of these guys, of both comic book worlds when I was a kid. I'm a huge fan of both. I know a lot of people think I side with Marvel, and I like Marvel comics, but I like DC comics, and I'm enjoying the movies. So, I don't know, it is what it is. I'd like to see DC make better films, that's all. And they're making fun films, and I've enjoyed a few of them for the most part, but, you know. But that's it. I went through the whole box. I showed you as many comics as I could. I probably missed a few. Sorry about that, but this is one of this is a comic book collection I had that I thought I didn't have anymore. So this is great. I'm very excited about this. And man, I don't know. Thank you for watching this. What were some of the comics that you guys read when you were growing up? Like, what were your favorite comics? As you know, as you can see, you saw what I loved and what I read. What are your favorites? What characters did you connect with more? I think for me, Spider-Man and Batman were my two big ones when I was growing up. I loved those guys, and seeing it, you know, the movies and everything for both have been fantastic over the years. So I have no complaints on that. But thank you for watching. Thank you for watching me just go through all of my comic books here. It's just was a lot of fun to kind of go through, and just thought I'd throw this episode together and show you these comics. So let me know what you guys think. Tell me about some of your comics and some of your favorite comics. And thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and we'll talk to you next week.